This episode of MMA Nuts is brought to you by
Nectar Sleep, the last mattress you'll ever need. Get free sheets, mattress protector, and pillows with code GWFIT. NordVPN, get advanced security, internet freedom, and complete privacy. Save 73% off the 2-year plan plus 4 months free with code MMANUTS. Watch Shop, from high-quality watches to elegant jewelry. Save 35% off with code MMA35. Hungry Root. Enjoy eating healthy with weekly food delivery. Save 30% off, plus get a free gift with code MMA30. Defense Soap. Everyday soaps for everybody. Use code MMANUTS to save 15% off your order.
Hey fans, this is MMA Nuts, episode 596.
596.
My name's Ingo Weigel.
Matt Griffith, MMA show. By my fans, for my fans, walk the line between serious and ridiculous. It's drinking the fucking moonshine. Watch out, ladies.
Good old 16 ounces of 180 proof, baby.
That's right. Fucking Everclear.
That's right.
Set shit on fire.
Straight
I
from
tried
the
to fireball
tap.
with that. It didn't work though.
No?
It was very windy out, so maybe it didn't work. But you can pour it on your hand and light your hand on fire. Don't do this at home, kids.
No, don't tell people to do that. That's not good.
Always make sure you have a bucket of water next to you.
Yes. Agreed.
Yep.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think I did that once on our show too. Very early on.
You
was
did?
Probably, yeah. It was one of those early shows that we did, probably in the teens. We were talking about this. Yeah. But you also tape 40s, you duct tape 240s of malt whoop ass to your hands and drank that.
Oh, yeah. That was interesting. I remember that.
Way back in the day.
I had to Uber home that night. I was like, I think I'm too messed up. I can't
This
do
is
it.
a mess.
It's not good. Well, getting it off was hard. My poor hands. I have soft skin.
That's right.
It was painful.
Yeah, dude, that was totally unnecessary, but funny as fuck.
I don't know. Just sounded like a good idea.
Yeah, why not? What the hell? Let's make shit happen.
It wouldn't work now because I'm like I guess I could do it at home, but then how would I use my keyboard? I'm
right.
not sure.
It was just too much shit to get clicked. It's too
know.
much drama.
Yes.
Speaking
Did
of
you watch any
drama,
playoff football this past weekend? Did you watch anything?
I did watch the Bills lose again. Watch the Cowboys lose. And it was kind of funny because someone had tweeted out that, San Francisco 49ers have their third string quarterback and he won and they're going deeper in the playoffs. So now that guy, Brock Purdy, he's got more wins to take their team to the playoffs than Dak Prescott and Tony Romo combined. Which is insane because he has one in his first, what is this, his 7th game or some shit. So yeah, it's been pretty exciting, mostly,
Yeah, I'm excited to see who's gonna end up pulling it out. I think this weekend will be good. Niners and Eagles, Bengals and Chiefs.
Yeah.
Any predictions since we're
I want the Niners to go far because I like an underdog story.
Yeah,
and I'm kind of liking the Bengals. They were looking good. Chiefs are tough though.
I hope it's Eagles and Chiefs. I can't stand the freaking Bengals, but I don't know. I don't like Joe Burrow. I don't know why.
I hear you.
Just don't like him.
Well, I think that's like I don't like Mahomes. So,
yeah.
Like they're both fucking really good, but it's just I don't know. It's the same thing. I just don't like them, but I can appreciate the fucking skill level. It's pretty fucking good, but
absolutely,
it's like that's why we need bursts. Next year.
That's the year.
Goddamn right. We're gonna fucking spend all the money. We're gonna buy everybody. We're gonna fucking buy us a goddamn championship. We're ready.
That's right.
Things happen.
It didn't work. The Redskins tried to do that back in the 2000s, early 2000s. It did not work well for them.
Well, don't the Yankees try to do that every year? I don't follow all the sports. I just know some teams, and I don't know if every sport has a fucking salary cap, but it seems like some leagues you can skirt the cap and overspend. I think basketball, they can fucking do whatever they want because it seems like anybody just says, hey, I want to be on that team with all my buddies and let's have a superstar team. And then they fucking have a way to do it somehow. But
yeah, there's no salary cap in baseball. So actually, the Yankees, I was just Googling this. I thought it was the Yankees because it used to be them for the longest time, but it's no longer. I think the Dodgers and the Mets and the Yankees are all very close as far as spending. So, and our Chicago White Sox are up there too. They're close to 200 million in
And what do we get? do we win?
Now
We did. We went on World Series at some point.
Yeah, last year we not last season, the season prior we did pretty good, but yeah, I don't know. Baseball has no cap, so the Yankees like those top teams are 260 million, and like the bottom is like 40 million or something.
Yeah, and that's probably why those guys are getting paid $1 gajillion, right? If there's no fucking cap.
200 million. Can you imagine that in like hockey or football? $200 million difference in team salaries? That would never fly.
Oh, it's insane because I think in hockey, I want to say the salary cap is maybe like 90 million. It's not that much, especially when you have like the Blackhawks have Kane and Tays both at like 10.5 million a season. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like that's a lot tied up. Plus you have Seth Jones making fucking like 9 million a year or something crazy. So yeah, it's tough. You have 3 guys that make up like 35% of your salary. Like you can't be good. You gotta spread that shit out more, unless you have a generational guy that's just like a Connor McDavid or some kind of stud. But even them, they struggle too, because you got a couple good guys and they just can't put it together. It just happens like that. It's like the Dallas Cowboys. Pretty good, but not quite good enough.
Yep. These things happen in MMA.
That's right.
Shall we talk a little UFC 283?
Yes. Let's start with how pleasant are the Brazilian fans? They're so pleasant.
They're rowdy, man. They're like ready to kill everybody that's not Brazilian.
This motherfucker!
Everyone must die.
Yeah, and then they're like hucking bottles and shit at people that win and they don't want to win, and run out of the arena when people are retiring. So
yeah,
I don't know. Let's start with the main event and work our way back. Glover, Teixeira, Jamal Hill.
Yeah, I think too much athleticism for Glover, and Jamal's, I mean, he put it on him. Glover had a little bit of success with a few takedowns and things, but never really did anything with it, and just, too tough for his own good. I think they both ended up with broken noses. I have a picture here of Glover in the hospital after the fight. I don't know if you saw this lovely caricature right here.
Yeah, I don't know if he looks like Mario or Sario.
I don't know what's happening there, but I mean, that's a lot of stuff. He's all banged up. Obviously Glover leaves his gloves in the cage. Says he's done with MMA. I mean, he's started late, came over here because of visa issues late, like in his 30s, right? And and then he set a bunch of records. I had no idea. So he did.
Yeah, at light heavyweight. So he's got the 13. He's got the most finishes, 7 submission wins. That's the most. 10 post-fight bonuses, and 953 significant strikes landed. Second most.
Wow, that's pretty solid.
ESPN. Yes.
Interesting. I almost forgot. Interesting stat I read about earlier today is that Jamal Hill is the first UFC champion from Dana White's Contender Series. Believe it or not. So
that's wild. You would think there would. That's not true.
No?
Okay, yeah, that is, because I'm thinking of the Ultimate Fighter show. So
different.
Take that back.
You gotta separate those two out. Not the same, but
right.
It's like
that's possible then.
Two different things. But yeah, I mean, I gotta say, I mean, I was pretty impressed with him. I thought he looked really good, Jamal Hill. I think the scoring very, very one-sided, like,
it was 50-44 across the board.
Yeah,
and I think there was a point too where Glover's bleeding so much and the blood spilling all over the commentators, and Annex like, oh, I just got blood on my thumb. It's like, I'm never washing my hand again. And he's showing his cards, there's blood all over. And they were even talking about, where's Hackelman? Because there's no way he would let this fight continue. And I think it was between round 4 and 5 where Hackelman was there. And they were talking about it too, or he's not the main guy cornering. He's outside the octagon. Like there was some friction between like, what are we doing here? Just fucking stop the fight, right?
Yeah, there was no
You know?
point. Yeah, and I mean, I think he chimed in like, "Can we stop this thing?" And no, and they were like, "Yeah, get away! Like, don't. Let's go away."
Yeah, like, but like, what is he really gonna win? Like, it's like, yeah, he had a little bit of success, but
I mean, he's a tough dude to stop the fight as his last fight. I get it, but look at what happened to some fighters. They take these beatings, these brutal beatings.
yes,
Junior Dos Santos.
yep.
I mean, it's just not good for your health, and especially at this age to take this kind of beating, it's not good. So, but
no, and I thought he would have a better performance too, being like, it's in Brazil, you're Brazilian. Typically they do pretty well over there. Not so much, man. No. And I don't even know. Hill is ranked, I think, number 7. And I think Glover was number 2. Yep. But my question is, do you think Hill can even defend the belt? Like, it's one thing to win it, but do you think he can defend it? Because you're fighting Glover, who's obviously retiring, right? So, you're not getting the best that guy has ever been. So can Hill defend this? And can he be champion for multiple defenses?
I mean, here's the thing. I want to say yes, but the one thing I'll say is that he was super emotional after the fight. I think he's one of those, he has apparently has 6 kids or something crazy. So it all depends on his mindset. I think if he goes back to the gym and gets back to work, I think he has a chance to defend it. But it could be, if it's one of those, I'm the champ now and I'm so happy to be the champ, and you start to lose that edge, because it's like coming up, you're hungry, right? You want it. And then when you get it, then how do you react to that? Like, are you happy and you're just relieved, or you're like, now I want to hold on to it? So I don't know. I think he's got a lot of athletic, skill. So I think he could hold his own. But depends what's happening. Like, I don't know who's he gonna fight next. I don't even know. Like,
well, here's well, congratulations from Yuri.
Congratulations. I'm coming. I'm coming.
Whoa. He's coming, and go
say to the ladies.
Exactly. Like, he's coming for you.
That might be my new version of a dick pic. I'm just gonna send that.
That's right.
I'm coming. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I think it depends on who gets matched up with, because obviously you're number 7. So 7-1 is quite the jump. I'm not saying it's impossible, but again, when I watch these fights, I think about Jon Jones in his prime and at light heavyweight. That's all I got. It's not going to work out well, but again, John's not there. So can he have some success? Maybe. We'll see. I think it's a we'll see kind of deal.
Yes.
And then we go to co-main event. I'm not going to talk about it.
I didn't even. I
Brandon Moreno won. Don't give a shit. I hate this fucking weight class. And then we have Gilbert Burns versus Neil Magny. And this is why I love that we have our own show, because we don't have to fucking talk about bullshit fights that we don't give a fuck about. Pie weight should not fight. Go fuck off and fight in some other league. I'm sorry.
I literally fast forwarded. I don't, no disrespect to the champion, interim champion, whatever, but I'm just like, I can't.
It's the 4th time you guys fight, and I don't think I fucking even watched one of them.
Yeah,
100%. Like, I've seen parts, obviously, but not the whole fight.
Yeah.
Gilbert Burns, Neil Magny. So I think it was Gilbert's wife is telling him, like, don't bang it out. You got to fucking take him down and get out of this early. And that's what pretty much happened. He got the takedown, eventually got mount, got an arm triangle, and that was fucking it, man.
Yep.
So
quick work. But the fight I'm really interested to talk about, the last two, the 2 fights that opened the card. Like, I think this women's fight, Andrade versus Murphy, like, talk about a fight that should have been fucking stopped. Like, holy shit, Lauren Murphy took a lot of damage. Like, ridiculous. Andrade just pieced her up from start to finish, draw blood, face is all messed up. Like, I'm like, somebody needs to, after the first round, I was like, okay, give her a chance. After the second round, I'm like, somebody stop this thing. Like, dude.
When she starts looking like the elephant man and or woman, you probably need to stop the fight. And I don't know, was that a conversation in our corner? I don't think there was any talk of that.
No
I
one
think
said shit.
Paul Felder was, or Josh Thompson was questioning the corner, like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Because someone else even tweeted it out. It was Aaron Bronchester. He said Murphy absorbed 161 significant head strikes. And then he said, in comparison, Whaley versus Joanna won. They absorbed a combined 192 significant head strikes over 5 rounds. So she took 161 herself. Like, it was insane. Because I didn't look at the land percentage, but I want to say that it was probably 99% of what fucking Andrade threw fucking landed, because there was 0 striking defense.
None.
Like,
well, the face was the
I just catch him with my face. I'm gonna fucking tire you out, lady.
Yeah.
Homer Simpson, haven't you seen him box?
Never happened. Andrade all day cardio,
Oh, yeah.
just putting work in. And yeah, I think even in the broadcast, Cormier was saying, like, if all you're talking about is how tough somebody is after like 3 rounds, it probably means they're getting the shit kicked out of them.
Yeah, it's not always a good thing to be tough.
No,
it's tough if you can respond, but when you see it's so one-sided, the scorecard was 30-25, 30-25, 30-26. Like, so you're getting like 2 10-8s from 2 of the judges and fucking 1 from the other. Maybe that needs to go into where do we stop a fight? Because I wonder, like, I'd have to research it and see how many fights has a fighter lost 2 rounds 10-8, 10-8, and then in a 3-round fight come back and won the fight. Has it ever happened?
Maybe Frankie Edgar. Did he come back?
Gray Maynard.
Yeah, the first one. Didn't he get knocked down like 100 times?
Yeah, like the first round. It might have been a 10-6 or something. I don't know, but there's probably something to that, where if you're just getting your ass kicked, I'd say 99% of the time that person's not coming back.
Yeah.
And it's just like that fluke shot. Who the fuck was it?
Are you thinking about the heavyweight fight?
No, I'm thinking about Korean Zombie and Yair Rodriguez.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he fucking elbows him last second. And there was another fight, I think a heavyweight fight, where it's like last second, Derek Lewis and fucking Russian guy.
That's it. Yes. I can't remember that. Yes.
And he just came back like last second, fucking KO'd him. But again, it was where he's getting his ass kicked, and boom. Like, what the shit, man? So I would say maybe that's something they need to look into, because here again, the corner is not throwing the fucking towel in. Fire safety, they're like, fuck off. But you're ending your fighter's career way early. Maybe you need to look at it from that standpoint of, they're probably looking at, oh, we can make an extra X amount of dollars if she happens to pull out this Hail Mary win. But why don't you look at the long road? Maybe she'll have 3 more fights if you stop that in round 2.
Yes.
And look at the bigger picture than this fucking narrow window that everyone's getting sucked into. Or the judges, not the judges, but the ref needs to fucking step in there and say, this ain't going right. This ain't gonna turn around.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look at her fucking face. It's horribly disfigured. And especially for the women, like, I have a harder time letting them take as much punishment as the men. And that's probably not the right way to look at it. But when I see a woman's face getting disfigured, I'm like, fuck, it's not good.
Yep.
And Jessica Andrade has an OnlyFans. I'm just saying.
Oh, Jesus. Have you seen it?
You don't want to see it. I'm just saying, you don't want to see it.
Sounds meaty.
But it's out there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm up on these things and go, I
bet you
shouldn't
are.
be. Anyway, let's get out of that. Johnny Walker, Paul Craig.
Man, Johnny Walker. I don't remember if I've ever seen a finish like that where somebody gets a kick caught and then KOs the guy that caught his kick. Do you remember that happening ever?
No, but I remember when we were doing Muay Thai sparring, and I remember someone caught my kick once, and I did the same thing, and I just fucking was like right-handing because that's all you could reach with, because it caught my right kick, and I'm like, well, what the fuck? All I could do was throw right hands. I'm like, oh, this is pretty effective, and then eventually I got my leg back. But yeah, that was impressive because he was throwing like rights and then back fists and then right and then back fists, and they got him on the ground and he was like hammer, hammer, hammer. I'm like, good for him. And then you got reckless at the end of the fight and was doing the fucking caterpillar and
like, didn't he blow out his shoulder once before?
Yeah, because he dove into it the other time and then he hit his shoulder on the mat. This time he got smart and went to his knees first and then went into it. Because the last time he fucking slewed it off and then fucking collapsed onto his shoulder. So, and then the undercard, there were a bunch of great finishes on, and I wish I could show some of them, but we can't fucking show because there were some epic knockouts.
The Almeida and Bonfin.
Yeah, there were two. Those brothers both had like good wins. And then you had Shogun lose and retire, unfortunately.
Yeah, Ihor got some backlash for celebrating after the fight, but I don't know.
Yeah, and he tried to say I was doing this duel thing with him, but I didn't shoot my gun at him. I shot it off in the air as a sign of respect. I'm like, fuck face, just don't even celebrate. It's Shogun. You shouldn't have. The fight's just disrespectful in the first place. It's just the same thing.
Yeah, gotta play cool.
Yeah. So it's just tough, watching all these guys. And I think I had a stat later that I'll pull up about who's still fighting in the UFC, because it's like we've been watching the sport for a while. And like all these guys are fucking checking out now. And Shogun, he might only be 32. He's probably a little older, but he's got those pride years, and those pride years are like dog years. So
he's 41. Yeah, but he's got like 42 fights, so and I think most of them have been wars. So they're not like, easy fights. And right, like came over from Pride back in like 2007. Man, remember when I was looking back at this record, the Forrest Griffin welcomed him in, and
and I fucking picked Forrest Griffin to beat him because I'm like, there's no way. Like, you come over here, you got to be clean or somewhat clean. And yeah, I remember that. Fuck,
yeah, he's had some wars, man. Chuck Liddell a bunch of times, Rampage, Overeem. I mean, he's fucked.
Yeah, him was that really good one. Him and Henderson, where they had that fucking war.
Dan Henderson.
Yep.
Yeah, 5-round war. Yep, that was back in 2011.
Yeah, I think they rematched too. Yeah, it's fucked up because you get we're watching whole careers of people now, like people that started, and we don't watch the Ultimate Fighter show that much anymore, but it was weird, watching guys start on the Ultimate Fighter, get into the UFC, and then fucking retire out or die, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
No good. No bueno. Well, shall we talk about our sponsors? Are y'all good on 73?
Yep.
You want me to go?
Go ahead. Little Manscaped.
Right. Manscaped Beard Hedger Pro. Breaking news, babies now sells. I'm sorry, baby, not babies. Manscaped now sells beard products. That's right. They are once again.
Shave your baby down.
In case you want to shave, we can't say
baby's beard.
No,
I can shave my baby's beard.
Don't shave any babies. They are once again revolutionizing men's grooming with the brand new Beard Hedger Pro Kit. From a beard trim to a fresh shave, the technology behind the Beard Hedger Pro Kit allows you to shape your signature beard look. Now you can finally use Manscaped products to make your drapes match your carpet by going to manscaped.com/MMANuts for 20% off and free shipping.
That's right. Just got mine in the mails today. I like this sweet case that this comes in.
Ooh, that is nice.
The high tech.
I haven't opened mine yet. I'm planning to tomorrow. Ooh, it's got one of those little adjustable like dial things on it. Oh yeah.
I forgot. I think it was up to 20.
Wow.
There's lots of things. I was
20.
Just saying.
How, is it like 4 inches? Like, how do you shave a 20? Oh my god.
I don't know. Crazy. It looks very aggressive, but it's fucking sweet.
I like it.
And it's also time to tame your mane. So no one likes a weird beard. I don't know. I like a weird beard sometimes, but depends where it's at. So say goodbye to all your stubble and trouble with Manscaped's Pro Beard Kit.
That's right. And you don't forget, you get 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com/MMANuts. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com/MMANuts. Manscaped Beard Hedger, one stroke, one guard, 20%. ridiculous lengths.
That's nice. One stroke, just in, out, done.
Just be careful you don't put it on 2 instead of 20.
That's
could
right.
Could ruin your day.
This might happen. This section might happen. Anyway, let's talk about our other sponsor, a little True Classic. So end the old year with a new you and clothes that'll give you confidence to tackle those 2023 resolutions. Thanks to our sponsor, True Classic, you'll have everything you need to hit the gym. Take it slow or treat yourself to something nice. Let's get snatched in 2023. Daddies, I'm talking to you. True Classic has already helped over 2 million men look great in their tees. And now you can save big while you do so. For a limited time only, you can get 25% off with code MMA25 at trueclassic.com.
That's right. They offer tons of other menswear, and they have a pack builder on their website where you can customize the bundle you want and save even more. True Classic also has a 100% risk-free guarantee with 30-day return policy. The response to these tees are overwhelmingly positive with over 200,000 five-star reviews. It's no wonder that these shirts are quickly becoming a men's go-to. I rock mine constantly. You know, the ladies can't keep their hands off me every time I wear it.
That's right.
It's just like,
It's the softest.
I have to keep a bat with me, Matt. I'm just like, get away. Stop it.
I like to have a stick, and I call the stick the attitude adjuster, and I beat them off of me.
Yes.
That's right. So yeah, they're the softest t-shirts that I own. So I love these things.
They're really nice. Yeah.
Yes. You get 25% off at trueclassic.com with code MMA25. That's 25% off with code MMA25. Plus you can get free shipping on purchases over $100. New year, new me, new tees, thanks to True Classic. And back to the show. So Power Slap League, Ingo.
Oh my God.
I watched the first episode. Let me just tell you, did you get to see it first off?
I saw the highlights from it. I have a lot of comments, and I saw the viewership, which on numbers, which weren't great, but
well, I think it was kind of buried. But the first thing I want to say is I think it's fucking hilarious how many journalists, former refs, and fighters are getting so upset about it. So let's start with Sports Illustrated. Here's what they said. UFC had it right with MMA, but a slap fighting league delegitimizes the whole operation and validates old criticism, wrong-headed as it might have been, that the organizers were always just building a business based on bloodlust. Listen, bitch, there's nothing wrong with bloodlust, okay? That's what I say. Now let's move on to Chris Cyborg. She says, that's not a sport. Nevada won't approve bare knuckle boxing, but approve this spectacle. Okay, so that's kind of weird, but my question is, can we get moose knuckle boxing? Maybe that'll get approved. And then John McCarthy criticizes the NSAC for power slap approval, says they are regulating sanctioned brain trauma. Okay. And then over to Ariel Hawani. That's not sport. Shame on DBS. Shame on Nevada. Shame on anybody covering it. The sky is falling. Ah, oh my God. So, like, with all that criticism, before I talk about rules and my feedback and all that nonsense, what do you have to say about all this? It's weird.
Well, as I was saying, the viewership is pretty average, 295K, nothing crazy, nothing great. It's just so. And I did watch a couple of the highlights, like they're all over Twitter. I'm sure you can find them. I'm confused by how my emotions to it. I gotta say, I'm not as sensationalized and hyperbolic as so bad, like it's terrible, but I'm also like, I'm not sure I should be liking this because it seems like it's irresponsible in some way. I think you had the video of like last week, the guy with the giant, was that, I think
yeah, that was a different league, but similar,
right? So and these basically people are getting knocked out constantly and they're not getting paid anything. I just there's a UFC vet, Eric Spicely, says that he was offered to fight on this thing, and they're offering like 2,000 to show and 2,000 to win type to get basically KO'd. Like I don't know. But
I mean,
like,
it's just one slap potentially.
But where's the skill? Like,
Oh,
what is the
there's
skill?
skill, because I saw some people that don't know how to fucking hit somebody.
Yeah.
Like, you got to get your whole body into it. So maybe let me go into the rules a little bit, because first off, you have to tell the ref like what hand you're going to strike with, and then you have to tell them also like what count are you going to go with, because everyone wants to line up the slap. So that's like 1, 2. Okay, I'm going to go on 3. So you have to tell the ref right hand on 3, so he knows. And then once you tell him that, you have 30 seconds to deliver a slap. After that, the guy you've slapped, or woman, they have 30 seconds to recover. And you also you got to keep both of your feet on the ground at all times while you're doing the slap. The person that's receiving the slap, they have, I don't know why they have to do this, but they have to hold both their hands. And I saw like the woman was holding a towel behind her back, and other people are holding the fun noodle behind the back. I don't know, is that supposed to help you as you go down? But that was kind of weird. And just looking at it, so there's a table between the two slappers. So there's a big advantage if you're tall and you have a big reach, because you can easily reach over that table. But the small guys I saw were having like, oh fuck, I can barely reach you. And if you have to leave both feet on the ground, big disadvantage. I don't know why the table has to be between them. It just seems like an awkward piece that doesn't need to be there.
So you can't lift any foot.
No, both feet on the ground.
So it's all in the rotation.
Yep, rotation.
Like the drum in Karate Kid. Like,
yeah, because I saw one guy who kind of like dipped down and was coming up with like an uppercut slap. Like, so he was generating more power from like almost in a squat position to come up with the slap. So there's techniques involved. It just depends. And there's also 3 rounds, so you can win by a decision. So it goes back and forth. They can also call a foul. So if you lead with the palm or your wrist, that's a foul and you'll lose a point, I believe. And then the biggest thing is there's a coin flip to see who goes first, because if you go first, massive advantage. Because if you just KO the other person, it's over. They don't even get the retort, man. You're like, I just came and got fucking KO'd. Like, it's bullshit. So for me, I thought the thing I enjoyed the most, what I thought was fun to watch, is just the reaction after the slap. So it looks like people are just wasted out of their mind, like drunk, like, and then you know trying to get their shit back together to deliver their slap as a retort. And they're also running it like the Ultimate Fighter show, so you're slapping your way to get into the house. So I don't know how that's going to work when you have all these slappers in there.
They're going to just be slapping each other all the time.
Yeah, slapping the shit out of each other. Yeah. And I think that was funny too, because one guy said, you know, I'm here to slap the shit out of people. And on the first slap he took, he got fucking KO'd. So I guess he's not slapping the shit out of people. But I think I'm safe to give a little taste of this, because Power Slap tweeted out one. And the 2 females, I guess, was an exhibition. So, because it was mostly men, and I'm going to play with a little volume here because...
Oh, yeah.
Fucking brain.
I saw this. Is that considered not KO'd?
No. You get 30 seconds and then... Oh. And they're like, grab her. So...
Damn.
Apparently the woman that KO'd that other chick's gonna be one of the coaches on the show.
She looks way bigger than the other one.
Yeah, I don't know if what the weight classes are. I missed the beginning, so I didn't get the full intro. So I had to kind of piece everything together, and I didn't have my DVR set up to record that yet. I'm like, fuck. So I don't think if I'm missing it, I don't think they promoted it efficiently, because I think they were a little bit scared with all the Dana White shit, so they kind of suppressed some of the advertising for it to see like, maybe we shouldn't promote this super heavy, you know. So I think they lost some viewership based on all the shit that happened prior to that. So
yeah, I just wonder about the brain damage aspect, you know. But that's my concern.
I mean, I think it's valid, but Who gives a shit? Like, let's just have fun. Let's slap the shit out of people. Let's party, man. What are we doing? Let's just have fun. Let's slap people. I don't know. I want to see UFC fighters in there because like I was saying, I saw some people that don't know how to fucking hit someone. Like there's just a general motion, regardless of if you're slapping or punching, and some people didn't know what the fuck they're doing. Didn't get anybody just like I'm slapping my woman or something. Like yeah, just no power.
Like wrists all in the wrists.
Yeah. Slap. Like, what are you doing? Like, drive that fucker. I know you can't lift your foot off, but wind that fucker up. I should be like fucking like over here, but you know, way back, and then crank across that bitch. Yeah, I'm undecided on this.
Because you can't avoid damage. That's my problem with it. There's no way to unless you win the coin flip every time and knock everybody out. There's no way to avoid damage.
No.
That's the part that concerns me because you're gonna take damage no matter what. Like the one.
Yeah, it's like you gotta have a chin and you have to have your own KO power. So it's like it's a double-edged sword. Is it good for your health? Probably not. But is alcohol good for your health? Is anal sex good for your health? Probably. I don't know. Where's Chuck Norris when you need him?
I don't know. Probably power slapping his way into the championship.
Exactly. Where's Bruce Lee? What's Bruce Lee think about this? Where's Chuck Norris? I don't know. I'm gonna remain open on this subject. I can't stomach if these fuckers are gonna go into a house and do all that nonsense. I'm just here for people to slap each other. I don't need like all the build up. I'm more curious to see how do they handle the slap and what was the technique. I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic about how this is going to go, but again, like what is the right amount to pay someone to slap the shit out of someone? Because technically you're only either taking 3 slaps or delivering 3 slaps maximum. What's that worth?
10,000 per slap for the champion. So I'd say 30 grand. Maybe it needs to be like a prize thing. I don't know how it would work best, but $2 grand. I don't know.
And that's just one guy saying that. So I don't know if that's real. If everyone's being offered that. So you know,
good point. Fair enough.
We'll have to see. It's to me, it's probably again. I hate show and win stuff. Just call it 10 grand. Like it's 10 grand. And then if you're the champ, you get more or something. Have your own sponsors. I don't know. It was just weird because there was like no audience, and it just felt like more of a test run of something that they were gonna do, which is odd because even when they were doing the Ultimate Fighter show and had the fights, like there's people there when they had the actual fight. So I don't understand. But again, this might just be the lead up of these guys are slapping the shit out of each other to get into the house. And then we're going to have like all the house fights, and then you'll have the best of the best. And then we're going to have a live event with an actual crowd there. Because it was just, I think that's what made it a little more eerie and a little more awkward, was that you didn't have the crowd there. Yeah. And I don't know how it works with the crowd.
I feel like it needs to be in like a coliseum, like, you know, old school. Some people in like, you know, what do you call those things? Tunics, a tunic, a togas. Yeah.
Okay. And then have lions and tigers like roaming around. Yeah. Just random. And if they attack you, that's on you.
That's right.
You shouldn't dress like that.
Exactly.
You shouldn't dress in a fucking toga because they're gonna fucking come after.
Toga. Sorry.
Fuck yeah. So anyway, what else is going on?
Well, I was going to say, speaking of slapping, Mr. Tyson Fury sending a little slap across the way over to Francis Ngannou, and he says, I know you're out of contract with the UFC. You want to earn some big boy money? Come see the Gypsy King, and let's do a big fight for the baddest motherfucker on the planet. Let's kick it up spicy in a cage, 4-ounce gloves under Queensberry rules. Don't know what that is.
It's just regular boxing.
Okay. And have a badass referee like Iron Mike Tyson. Did I just sell that to the world? Question mark. What do you think about that? You like that idea?
I do. My question is, who the fuck's gonna win? Because if you take a boxer and you put him in, that's like basically doing bare knuckle boxing. I don't like the boxer's chances. We've seen this. Who is that one guy? Paulie Malignaggi or whatever the fuck that guy's name. He went into bare knuckle boxing and got his shit fucking handed to him because it's way different. I'm like, this makes it so much more fair for Ngannou to win. And if I'm Ngannou, I fucking take this in a heartbeat. In a fucking heartbeat. You're telling me you're gonna let me box you in 4-ounce gloves? Like, that's what I do, motherfucker. And I think this levels the sport out because Ngannou still has to process at a slower rate versus Fury, but the 4-ounce gloves is such a big advantage for Ngannou. And being in the cage, it just makes him feel at home. So I think Ngannou wins that, and at the very least, he makes tens of millions of dollars because everyone's gonna want to fucking see that because it's a little bit different, a little bit more fair. And Mike Tyson is a ref. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Can he not be high or on mushrooms? That's the question. I love it.
Yeah, I say let's run it up the flagpole and let's make it happen, people.
Yeah,
let's do it.
And then while we're on Ngannou, Chris Cyborg tweeted this one out. She says, "Hey, congrats, Francis Ngannou, on making it to the list. And here's all the articles of he didn't want to fight. Dana White claims Dustin Poirier, and Dana White claims Jon Jones doesn't want to fight. Dana White, Nick Diaz doesn't want to fight. Dana White, GSP doesn't want to fight. Tyron Woodley responds to Dana White's claim he doesn't want to fight. White on Askren, he doesn't want to fight." Nate Diaz. Dana White says Nate Diaz doesn't want to fight. Shogun wants nothing to do with Glover. Jorge Masvidal doesn't want to fight. Jose Aldo refusing to fight Anthony Pettis. Dana White, I don't blame Cyborg for not wanting to fight. Dana White, Overeem wants nothing to do with JDS. So everyone doesn't want to fight. Is what the fucking
the fighters don't want to fight. That's that's
no, they want to get paid. I think that was what we clearly established before, and
they like their money.
Just pointing out that's his classic line, right? Anyway, what else?
Well, One Fight Night had a little fight, and I'm curious to your take on this leg. I don't know if you saw this. There's a little leg lock action going on, and I'm just wondering, at what point do you think you would have tapped? Just
right
curious.
There,
like
as soon as it's locked in, I'm out.
Yeah, well, he's just not interested.
He's
in
fucking retarded.
So lots of damage there on that exchange. I think some things were ripped and or permanently. So I mean,
I want to say it was an ACL, an MCL, a meniscus,
every ACL, broken ankle, torn ACL, MCL, meniscus, and a broken ankle. Official recovery listed as 12 to 16 months because he just was too tough for his own good. I don't know.
No, this is just stupid. Leg locks. And then again, that's why in jiu-jitsu, at what level can you even train those? Is it blue belt or purple? Like, I don't remember before you can even start fucking like
when you're not sparring. Blue belt. I think
purple?
It's purple or brown even, like no leg locks.
Because there's a reason why. Because you don't want people that don't know what the fuck they're doing getting a hold of your ankle and retching it. Yeah, it's caution. Like, as soon as that shit's locked in, you should tap early and tap often, because what do you win by not tapping there?
Nothing.
A lifetime of physical therapy.
It's pretty stupid.
Subscription to fucking endless medical bills. Yeah. I mean, I get it if it's like a choke, because nothing bad's gonna happen from not tapping to a choke. You just go to sleep. But any submission where you're not going to get out, that's a breaker, especially when it comes to the knee and it's getting reaped and raped. Like, fuck that, man. Tap. Yep.
We don't want any raping or reaping.
No, it's bad. It's bad across the board. Saw a little interview with Jon Jones. He had to say this. Things are much different than my last fight some 3 years ago. MMA feels fun to me again. obviously with being out for 3 years in a new division, there's a lot of questions that cause me to stay up long nights, but it keeps me sharp. That's something I felt I didn't have at lightweight towards the end. Just felt like another day at the office. This doesn't feel like another day at the office. This feels very different. The nerves, anxiety, it's all back. And I do good when I'm under pressure. And then he also said, I'm guaranteeing the fans at least 2 more fights. So,
Whoa.
fuck.
Over the course of the next 5 years?
Yeah, apparently 17
Okay.
more years. I'll probably fight,
Okay.
I don't know, twice.
So that's a long way of saying he's nervous.
Which is good.
Yes.
Because you want to have some nerves. I think.
Yeah.
And what he's just paraphrasing what he just said, it got too easy for him. So he was trying to make it harder. So think about when he was fighting Gustafsson, right? He's like, I didn't trade. I'm just doing fucking blow. And then had an epic war with him. And then tells DC, I was on so much blow and hookers when I fought you, and I still whooped your ass. So it just got to the point where it just became easy. And then he's unmotivated, but he's still an unmotivated Jon is still good enough to beat fucking everybody out there. It's just not as impressive. So now hearing him say this shit like, oh, I got the feels again. Oh, that's cool. Like some shit's gonna happen, man. I was concerned. I still think it's a tough fight, but if he's approaching this the right way, could be good. And it's also weird too, because think about when he first started, super creative, right?
Yeah,
very creative. And then it's almost like, I don't know if it was Jackson's MMA that kind of muted him down fight to fight, but he just less spinning shit, less takedowns, less ground and pound, less elbows.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope he incorporates some of that back, and he should if he's training with, like, if Henry Cejudo, I think, is his head coach now, he's training with him, so maybe we're going back to wrestling. The weird thing was, I think he was on Twitter or Instagram asking for heavyweights to come out and spar and train with him. So that's a little concerning because he's not going to have top quality competition to train with. And that can be a big issue.
Yeah, I'm looking back at his record and trying to figure out, like, your point of where did the change happen. I feel like the Gustafsson fight is markedly the point where all of a sudden we're decision, no contest overturned, the Cormier thing. He did KO Gustafsson, but then decisions. Prior to that, you had the Sun and KO. You had a Sakilak submission against Vitor. He decisioned Rashad, but that was a good fight. Lyoto, where he dropped him. Remember that?
Yeah, he choked him out and dropped him off.
Later, dude, he submitted Rampage. He knocked out Shogun, submitted Ryan Bader. Matt Yushchenko KO'd him. Brandon Vera KO'd him. We had Matt Habel, who was beating the living shit out of him until the 12-6 elbow, right?
Yeah.
So
undefeated.
It's the Gustafsson fight. Something happened. I don't know. I don't know what happened there, but that's the mark where all of a sudden it's 5-round decisions.
Well, I think that's where you got the taste of, I did no training and beat this motherfucker. Like, where's my challenge?
Right.
You know? So
there you go.
He's got a challenge. So I expect him to be back. It's just 3 years is a long fucking time to be out. So we'll see. What else is happening?
Just was reading that Luke Rockhold announcing free agency. He says he wants to go fuck some people up. He's free and clear.
I want to go fuck.
and he's ready and re-inspired to go out there and do something new. So I don't know. He's trying to figure out what he's going to do. So I wonder where he's going to land. I don't know. Bare knuckle boxing,
gay porn,
maybe. Bare knuckle gay porn? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh wow.
Half fucking, half knuckling, whatever.
Quite a combo.
Moose knuckling. I don't know. I'll pull this one up. Weird stat. This will make you feel old. So pull this. This is from Spinning Backfist. So after Shogun Hua's retirement on Saturday, there are now only 10 fighters left on the roster that debuted before UFC 100. Andre Arlovsky, I can't believe he's still fighting. Robbie
Crazy.
Lawler, Nick Diaz, Ed Herman. I thought he was done, and they have Joe Lozon. I thought he was done. Clay Guida, Matt Brown, Jon Jones, Jim Miller, and Rafael dos Anjos. Like, that's insane.
That's shrinking. And I
Yep.
feel like Lawler, Arlovsky.
Well, it's like the whole 1, 2,
Yes.
3, 4. They're all like a fight or two away
From
from retirement. You
Yeah.
know, I think the one that'll go the longest is probably RDA. Maybe John, depending upon how heavyweight goes.
Yeah.
And then Jim's kind of in this weird resurgence too. So, but
Mhm.
fuck. Yeah. Now I feel old.
It's okay. You're not that old. Not that old.
What else?
I don't know if we showed this before. I think it's something like maybe you did, but even if we did, I would like to see it again. But
Sure, go ahead.
speaking of power slapping, did you see the power slap ass slapping?
Well, we've seen version of this, but I can support wherever we go with this.
Yeah. So I mean,
So awesome.
these I this I can get behind, like literally. Like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, she
I
really,
feel like that it should be bare ass though. I
this-
do like seeing the handprints though from the chalk,
Yeah, maybe that's part of the ruling. I don't know, but I like your.
and they're in high
Yeah.
heels. That's
they
pretty
need
fucking
they need to be
cool.
in sneakers, I think, to get more
Yeah,
power.
and bikinis. I think I want to see bikinis.
Thongs.
Yeah, because I want to see the red hand on the ass, like the big slap mark.
I like it.
So it's all about, let's do a little Kale of the week.
Mhm.
This one's an oldie but goodie. I know we've seen it before. This is the old KO orgasm.
God.
Aggie! Aggie!
That was a bad one. We need to do Where Are They Now on that guy. It's like,
Seriously?
what's
He's
he
got
doing?
his catcher's helmet on, and, eating all my food with a spork.
Mhm.
A little tweet of the week. Oh shit. This is a interesting one. So let's see. This is Liam X. He says, what if John's leg snaps? Because there's a picture of Weidman, Conor McGregor, Anderson Silva, and Jon Jones. 3 of the 4 have had horrific leg breaks.
That's a good point.
That'd be very scary if that happens.
That's
And
a
I
good-
didn't do it. It was that guy that
Yeah.
tweeted that one
You're
out.
not taking on the karmic.
No, I want no part of that one.
I don't wish that for John. I would. I don't know. I'm actually rooting for him this time. We're gonna see.
Yeah, we'll see. He's turning.
Yeah.
He's cleaning his life up. He's found Jesus.
Maybe.
And then the other tweet of the week. This one's good. This is as shopped as it gets. When she tells you not to come.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm coming!
Do
not
not
come.
come, Mingo.
Do not come.
Okay.
I love it. That's epic.
I'm coming. I'm coming!
It's so aggressive. God damn.
How many times do you think he did that before he got the final version?
I don't know. He's Viking. I love that shit.
It's pretty crazy.
What else is going on?
That's all I got for news.
All right.
Oh,
Let's check in on Katrina Lehner.
oh, okay.
Gotta just check in on ladies sometimes. She's wondering, you like the colors? She's got I like those rainbow socks. Those are
They're
pretty
pretty
fucking
nice.
cool, man.
I agree. They are
Something
cool.
about that. And OnlyFans. Let's do a little Ask the Nuts.
I'm ready.
As I scroll back through, I think we got everything. Okay. Chuck Liddell said he would take the Jake Paul fight if they offered him enough money. Who wins?
Is it boxing?
Yeah, boxing.
Jake Paul.
Yeah, I think you're right. I hate to
I
say
mean,
that.
if they go with those like 3-ounce gloves or whatever, I give Chuck a chance.
4-ounce gloves, yeah.
Or 4-ounce gloves. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm in.
Mhm.
All right.
Mhm.
And then-
Otherwise, no. No, I don't think so.
Here's a Jay Petrie says his idea for Full Metal Dojo. These are the guys that do the fight circus with all the crazy fights. It said Francis Ngannou, Royal Rumble, every 90 seconds, an opponent enters the ring to face him. If he doesn't get through them fast enough, more come to fight him and only him. So let's see how far he gets, allowing ring outs and knockouts. So how far do you think he could get? Like, how many guys do you think he could go through if every 90 seconds they brought someone in? And I guess it would depend on weight class, because I would like it to even be like every 60 seconds, but start with like pie weights, like 125s, and just let him fucking tee off.
Make it
Boom!
harder as you go.
Yeah. And then amp it up. So then bring a 135, 45, 55, 70, 85, 90 until he's at heavyweights. But, or you just do like
makes it to a heavyweight in that scenario. I don't think he'll make it. I think he might shut it down at light heavyweight or even middleweight.
Yeah, because he's gonna get tired.
Yeah,
like probably 3.5 minutes in.
Yeah,
regardless of who he's fighting with. And then once he starts getting 2-3 guys, you're fucked. But I would like to watch. I like unique shit. Like, let's do this. Hell yeah. Let's see what else is out there. This is Josh Barnett. I don't know where my question was, but maybe I'll figure it out once I read his tweet. So he says, how ridiculous is it that state athletic commissions will sanction slap fighting, but not pride rules and legit, and then in parentheses, not the weird total time allowed in one night tournaments? MMA at large should change to 10-minute first rounds. Do you think that is a good idea? 10-minute first?
Yeah.
Like, there's a couple of things, but
I think I like the 10-minute first rounds because I think fights could get decided in that first 10 minutes more because I think that's a long time.
It's so long. Like 5 minutes is long, and then
if
you told someone you're gonna do a 10-minute first round, I'm like, fuck you, man. I don't want 10 minutes. That's the devil. You're the devil, man.
Yeah.
You got knowledge?
Yeah, I just watched something on Netflix, a couple episodes of it. It's called Breakpoint.
Okay.
It's about tennis, and I'm not a big tennis fan, but it's about these athletes and the tournaments in tennis. Like the pressure that these people are under, and they call them grand slams. So, and they have some young guys on there that, it's shot well, and I think it's entertaining. So if you like sports type stuff, you want to see a different sport like at its height, that's a good one called Breakpoint. I liked it. Highly recommend.
I tried to watch HBO has The Last of Us.
Couldn't get into it.
So slow. I got high as fuck too and tried. I'm like, it was so slow. Like I can't. I had to stop because I knew what they were doing, because I knew something was going to happen with one of the characters. I don't want to spoil it, but like I know this roadmap, but Jesus Christ, is it slow? Like you can't, like, lack of action. I don't know how long I watched, but I'm like, I gotta be done. There's no fucking action. There's just too much blah 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 blah. Get into the fucking meat and get some killing done. So
yeah,
out on that. What else? Oh, I just started playing a little bit of an older game for the Xbox. It's an Assassin's Creed Valhalla, where you're a fucking Viking.
I heard that was good.
I'm enjoying it.
Right.
I think I was psyched about it to come out, and then I forgot to play it. And then I just saw, I'm like, oh, it's only like $20. So I just downloaded it, and then it's got some kind of, it's not Gwent from The Witcher. Witcher 3. But it's got some other dice game that you play, and then you steal like a thing that helps you in the next games that you play. Similar to that, but you're rolling dice, and then you can go on raids against like a different settlement. So you roll up in your boat, and then you and a bunch of other Vikings get out and just fuck up a village. Like, I like this action. That's my kind of game. So
I like the cool,
enjoying that
double sword axe things.
Yeah, you can do that and pick up moves, and it's still a little challenging because I'm still early in it. But then it also has that, if you want to be stealthy Assassin's Creed thing, you can stealth around and assassinate. That doesn't seem as big of the game as it was in other Assassin's Creeds. This just feels more like you're a goddamn Viking, get your axe and shield, or you can dual wield, or just, use a very big axe and fuck people up. So I'm like, I'm digging it. And typically I don't like the dialogue of games where I'm just like, fuck off, let me kill people, but I'm actually enjoying a little bit of the
story?
dialogue. Yeah,
That's
which
nice.
is odd for me, but pretty cool for
I've
a
always-
$20 game.
Yeah, I've always liked those games. I think the last one I played, they were like in Italy or something, and it was like, you know, that, and you could. I think the series is really cool. Like you just,
it's fun. Didn't they have a
thing.
pirate one? I swear I played a pirate one.
I think so.
That was pretty good too.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels like the series is pretty solid across the board, and there might be some other downloads for it, but I'm gonna check those out and then close it out on a couple shirts. So this lady's got I fuck loud as hell. If you don't like it, get out of this Michael's the arts and crafts store. She looks like she fucks loud as hell.
Wow, that's pretty funny.
And I think I got one more. I think I got one more.
How do you trump that?
Well, I just imagine this lady wearing this shirt. So my body is a machine that turns dicks into sucked dicks. So
wow,
that's what it's all about. I'm just saying.
Keeping it classy.
That's what I try to do. Put that in at the end. You gotta slide it in. Just the tip, Ingo. Just the tip.
On that note, we're going to be sliding out with this week's edition of MMA Nuts. My name's Ingo Weigel.
Matt Griffith, thanks for playing.